There comes a moment in every person's life when the truth reveals itself not in whispers, but in thunder, and that truth is this: no one is coming to save you, not your parents, not your friends, not your boss. Not the government, not some miraculous twist of fate. If you are waiting for a lifeboat to appear in the storm of your struggle, stop waiting, because the only hand that can pull you out of the water is your own. You were not born to be rescued. You were born to rise. You were born to conquer yourself, to master your mind, and to forge your destiny in the fires of adversity. The moment you accept full responsibility for your life, every decision, every failure, every triumph, that is the moment you step into your power. That is when your life begins to change, because success, real, lasting success, is not given, it is earned, it is built, brick by brick, day by day, by the sweat on your brow and the strength of your spirit. Yes, you will be tested. Yes, it will hurt. Yes, you will want to quit. But let me remind you, pain is temporary, weakness is a choice. Every excuse you've ever told yourself is the chain that keeps you tied to a life of mediocrity. Cut those chains, tear them apart with the fire of your commitment. You don't need someone to rescue you. You need to look in the mirror and meet the person who can change your life. You have within you the power to transform any circumstance, not because life is fair, but because you are capable. Because you have a mind, and that mind can create miracles when it is disciplined, directed, and determined. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for someone to believe in you. Believe in yourself. Set a goal so clear, so compelling, so burning with desire that no setback, no critic, no fear can stop you. Wake up early, stay up late, train your mind like a warrior sharpens his blade, feed it with books, not opinions. With purpose, not distraction. If you're tired, keep going. If you're scared, do it anyway. If you're lost, move forward, because action is the cure for fear. And never forget this: the world belongs to the man or woman who refuses to be a victim. So today, right now, declare this truth to yourself: no one is coming to save me, because I do not need to be saved. I am the hero, I am the answer, I am the one. Your future is watching you, your destiny is waiting for you. But it will not come knocking. You must go after it. You must chase it down with relentless force, because the life you dream of is not found in fantasy, it is built in reality, and reality is shaped by those who understand the power of these 7 words: no one is coming to save you. Now go, save yourself. There is a law in this universe, silent yet unbreakable, that governs all human achievement. It is this: no man or woman may climb the ladder of success by depending on another to carry them. Self-reliance is not merely a virtue, it is the cornerstone upon which all great destinies are built. You must understand this: you are the only person responsible for your life. As long as you live under the illusion that someone else is coming to lift you, to guide you, to push you, you will remain paralyzed, trapped in a cage of your own expectations. The world owes you nothing. It is not cruel, but it is indifferent. It does not reward need, it rewards initiative. There is a time in every individual's journey when the truth becomes clear, harsh yet liberating: no one is coming. No mentor, no miracle, no lucky break can replace the immense power already lying dormant within you. You were born with the faculties necessary to rise. You were gifted with imagination, willpower, reason, and desire, not so that others may use them for you, but so that you may harness them to shape your own reality. The man who relies on others waits. The man who relies on himself acts. There is no nobility in waiting. There is no strength in hoping that circumstances will shift in your favor. Life does not bow to wishful thinking. It surrenders only to the relentless force of definite purpose backed by personal responsibility. When you say, "I will build it," rather than "I hope it comes," you cross the line that separates the average from the extraordinary. Look at the great achievers in history. Not one of them waited for permission. They did not blame their parents, their upbringing, or the times they lived in. They decided that no excuse would be stronger than their will to succeed. You must decide the same. You must burn the bridges behind you, close the escape routes, and resolve within your spirit that you will stand or fall on your own merit. This is not harsh. This is freedom, because when you take ownership of your life, you no longer depend on the whims of others. You become the master, you become the cause, not the effect. Build your mind like a fortress, fill it with self-belief, train it daily to reject complaint and embrace action. When you make self-reliance your way of life, nothing is out of reach. Challenges become tests of strength. Setbacks become lessons, and success becomes not a matter of chance, but a matter of time. The power is within you, not in others, not in chance, not in circumstance. Use it. Life will test you, not once, not occasionally, but constantly. It will test your patience, your willpower, your resilience, and your ability to keep moving when everything inside you wants to quit. But know this, pain is not your enemy. Pain is a messenger. It is the price that must be paid for growth, and those who run from it are running from their own potential. Every man and woman who has accomplished anything worthwhile has walked through the fire of pain. They have endured the criticism, the failure, the rejection, the late nights, and the long hours, but they did not see pain as suffering. They saw it as a signal that they were being refined, hardened, sharpened into the person they needed to become. Pain is temporary. It comes and it goes like a storm. But weakness, that is a decision, that is a habit, that is what takes root in your spirit when you give yourself permission to quit. You may not control the discomfort life brings, but you do control how you respond to it, and that response determines your destiny. When you allow pain to break you, you lose. When you allow it to build you, you become unbreakable. Look around you. Most people seek comfort above all else. They want the easy road, the smooth path, the quick fix. But what they fail to realize is that comfort is a slow death. It robs you of your drive, your edge, your hunger. It lulls you into a life of mediocrity. Pain, on the other hand, is the gatekeeper of all progress. It separates the weak from the strong, the dreamers from the doers. When your muscles ache, it means they are growing. When your mind is exhausted, it means you are stretching beyond your former limits. And when your heart is broken but you choose to rise again, that is when true power is forged. You must decide, right now, that you will not be a victim. You must resolve that you will endure, and more than endure, you will thrive. You will use the pain, channel it, convert it into fuel for your mission. When the world says, give up, you will say, watch me. When your body says, I can't, your mind must say, I will. That is the moment when the battle is won, not out there in the world, but in here within your own soul. So embrace the pain, welcome it, learn from it, because it is the evidence that you are alive, that you are growing, that you are walking the road few dare to walk. And always remember, pain will pass, but the regret of weakness will last a lifetime. Choose strength. There is a dangerous myth that has spread through the minds of men and women, a silent poison that convinces them to wait. To wait for the right time, to wait for someone to come along and lead them, to wait for a savior, a rescuer, a hero. But life is not a fairy tale, and no such hero is coming. Why? Because you are the hero you've been waiting for. It was never someone else's job to make you great, not your family's, not your friends, not your teachers, nor your leaders. Your destiny was assigned to no one else but you. The moment you take up this mantle with full conviction, the world begins to change. Not because the world changes, but because you change. Every story worth telling has a moment when the hero is confronted with a choice, rise or retreat. Fight or surrender, build or beg, that moment comes for all of us. And it comes more than once, but only a few have the courage to stand tall and say, I will take responsibility. I will lead myself. I will not wait. You must become the central figure in your life, not a background character, not a dependent, not a victim. Take the pen in your hand and write your own script. If you do not, someone else will write it for you, and it will not be the story you were born to live. This is not ego. This is not arrogance. It is ownership, and ownership is the gateway to power. Refuse to place your success in someone else's hands. Refuse to believe that your value is determined by another person's approval. If they doubt you, let them. If they laugh, let them. Your mission is not to convince them. Your mission is to prove yourself to yourself. The hero does not wait for permission. The hero takes initiative. The hero falls, yes, but always rises. The hero faces fear, yes, but walks through it. You must look in the mirror and say, "This is the one who will change everything," and mean it. No title will make you a leader. No praise will make you powerful. You will become powerful the moment you accept the truth that everything you need, the courage, the clarity, the strength, is already within you, dormant perhaps, but not absent. Start where you are, use what you have, build from the rubble if you must, but build. That is what heroes do. They create order from chaos, meaning from suffering, triumph from trial, and as you rise, others will see you and wonder how you did it. Let them wonder. You will know the answer, because you made the decision that few are willing to make, to stop waiting, to stop hoping, to become the hero. There is no power on this earth greater than the human mind directed by belief. Belief is not a luxury. It is not something you try on for size when times are easy. Belief is the foundation, the root, the fire at the center of all achievement. If you cannot believe in yourself, how can you expect the world to? Let others doubt you, fine. Let them question your vision. Let them, but do not join them in their doubt. For the moment you do, you rob yourself of the one thing that can change everything, inner conviction. The belief that no matter what the world says, no matter how high the mountain or how long the night, you will prevail. You see, success does not come to the one who is the most talented or the most fortunate. It comes to the one who dares to believe without apology and without pause. It comes to the one who holds fast to their dream when no applause is heard, when the crowd disappears, and when even the closest voices say, "It's impossible." Belief turns the invisible into the inevitable. Every great invention, every business empire, every movement that reshaped the world began with a person who believed. Before there was proof, before there was progress, before there was praise, that belief became their compass. Their fuel, their foundation. Without belief, your talents go unused, your plans remain on paper, your efforts become half-hearted, you hesitate, you shrink, you stop, but with belief, a new world opens. With belief, your actions gain power, your decisions gain clarity, and your path, no matter how dark, becomes walkable. You must protect your belief like a fortress, guard it from doubt, from negativity, from the cynical voices of the world that tell you to be realistic. Realistic? That word has killed more dreams than failure ever has. There is nothing realistic about greatness. It requires boldness, it requires vision, and most of all, it requires an unyielding belief that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you are destined to rise. Speak it to yourself daily. Engrave it in your mind. I believe in myself. And not just when things are easy, but especially when they're not, when the odds are against you, when the doors are closed, when the path forward is covered in fog. That is when belief must rise. That is when you double down, not give up. Because belief is the bridge between thought and result, between desire and destiny. If you have it, there is nothing you cannot do. If you lack it, there is nothing you can hold on to. You must never forget this. Your belief in yourself is the one thing that no one can give you, and no one can take from you, but you must choose to hold it. And once you do refuse to let it go, Fear is a liar. It whispers in your mind, paints false pictures in your imagination, and convinces you that disaster awaits around every corner. But here is a truth the successful know and the unsuccessful deny. Fear vanishes the moment you move. It does not need to be a bold move. It does not need to be grand. It only needs to be forward, because action, even the smallest kind, is the fire that consumes fear, not words, not waiting, not wishing. Action, you cannot think your way out of fear. You cannot pray it away without moving your feet. You must do the thing that frightens you. You must stand in the shadow of the very thing that threatens to paralyze you, and take a step forward. And once you do, fear loses its grip, its voice weakens, its illusion begins to fade. Most people are imprisoned not by their circumstances, but by their hesitation. They wait for the fear to disappear before they move. And so they never move. They ask for courage first, but courage does not precede action. It follows it. You earn courage by stepping into discomfort, by proving to yourself again and again that you are greater than the thing you fear. You do not need to feel ready. You do not need to feel fearless. You only need to act in spite of it. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence, and confidence destroys fear. Understand this well. The person who acts will always surpass the person who hesitates, even if the one who hesitates has more knowledge, more talent, more opportunity. Why? Because results do not belong to the most gifted. They belong to the most willing. Are you willing to move when your hands are shaking? Are you willing to speak when your voice trembles? Are you willing to show up, broken and unsure, but still show up? That is the dividing line. That is what separates the dreamers from the doers. The world rewards action. Every great fortune, every breakthrough, every invention, every legacy was born from a moment of decisive action. A moment when someone said, "Enough waiting, enough wondering, I go forward." And so must you. Do not wait for the conditions to be perfect. They never will be. Do not wait for fear to vanish. It never will, until you rise to meet it. Take the first step, make the call, write the page, speak the truth. Whatever it is, do it, because while fear is loud in stillness, it cannot survive motion. Action silences fear. Action makes fear irrelevant. Your future does not depend on what you think might happen. It depends on what you do next. So act, move, begin. That is how you win. Many wander through life waiting for their destiny to reveal itself, as if it were buried treasure that must be stumbled upon. They speak of finding purpose, as though it were hiding behind some distant mountain or locked inside a secret vault. But destiny is not found, destiny is built. It is not something given, it is something created. You are not here to search for meaning as if it were lost. You are here to construct it, day by day, decision by decision, step by step. The truth is this: no blueprint will be handed to you, no divine map will fall from the sky. The successful do not wait to be assigned a purpose. They declare one. They do not hope for greatness. They begin the work of becoming great. You must stop waiting for clarity and start acting with intention. Clarity comes from motion. It comes from commitment. It comes from choosing a direction, stepping onto the path, and building as you go. Your destiny is shaped in the hours the world does not see, in the quiet sacrifices, the disciplined routines, the repeated efforts that seem to go unrewarded. But each effort, though small in the moment, is a brick. And with enough bricks, you build a life that others will one day call extraordinary. You see, you cannot think your way into greatness. You must build your way there. The craftsman does not dream of a cathedral and wait for someone to deliver it. He sharpens his tools, he gathers his materials, and he begins brick by brick. So must you. Too many people stand still, paralyzed by indecision, waiting for the perfect path to appear. But there is no perfect path, only the one you pave yourself. If you cannot see the road ahead, then lay the first stone. If you are unsure where it leads, walk anyway. Purpose is not revealed to the idle. It is revealed to the builder. This is the most empowering truth you will ever know. You are not a servant of fate. You are the architect of your future. If it is to be great, you must make it so. If it is to be meaningful, it is your hands that must give it shape. And if you stumble, if you fall, do not curse the process. Learn from it, adjust your course, but above all, continue building. The world has tried to convince you that life happens to you, but the truth is, life responds to the one who dares to shape it. So do not ask, "What is my destiny?" Ask instead, "What am I willing to build?" Because the life you desire is not a matter of discovery, it is a matter of design, and the builder is you.